Hello Virginia, this is Hakim Ajibose. Welcome to my channel. I'm excited to come to you today with some strange, or we can call it new kind of news. So in the last election, Virginia gubernatorial election, I voted, and I voted for Democratic governor. But hey, whoever wins the vote gets to get in. The newly elected governor of Virginia State, Glenn Youngkin, you know, he's been voted in, and I like that. I support that. I really love that the election process was peaceful, no issues, no problem. You know, that gives me joy. And if you're out there, if you don't vote, you're not doing it well. Come on guys, it's so easy. It's so easy. It's your civic duty. You know, that's how to make the America that we have to be a better America, and a bigger and more inclusive America. So what am I saying this morning? All I'm saying is this: I love that the election was peaceful, and I also like that when the elected governor realized that he won, he was so excited, and he went to meet with the people. Like, everybody were in there. It was an eatery place. I forgot the name of the eatery place, and they were all in there, you know, talking, and then he was telling them he was dishing out his appreciations, and I think he went to the place in the Hampton Road. They call it Hampton Road something, I forgot. You will see it in the video I'm about to play you. You will see the elected governor himself. By the way, he is the 74th governor of Virginia, and I believe he's gonna do a big and a great work in office. I think people have voted the right guy in, you know, to continue the good work, because the job of governing is not something that's easy. You know, no office job is easy. It's a continuation of the plan that the state already had, that the city already had going on. So whether it's a Democrat or Republican, the most important part is that there's a plan, and they're sticking to it, and they're working on it, and Virginia City is continuously growing. You know, by the way, if you're new to my channel, please click the subscribe button, click the like button, and share this video to all the other Virginians out there, so they can read, so they can watch, and, you know, educate themselves and know about this Virginia governance. Alright, so I'm going to leave you with the appreciation video from the newly elected Virginia governor, governor-elected Governor Glenn Youngkin. I got it right, yeah. So watch the video. Tell me what you like about that appreciation speech. Tell me what you don't like about it. Let's all talk about it. We're all Virginians. At the end of the video, subscribe. Please subscribe. See you in the next video. It's your boy Hakim Ajibose. See you.
Oh my goodness. I think there's a little crack behind the door. We can squeeze one more person. Yeah, I was washing dishes back then. Goodness gracious, everybody. Thank you all. Oh my goodness. Amazing. Suzanne and I are so overwhelmed. Yeah, I want you to know that we came here first. Yep. 1st when we launched this campaign, and we had an amazing breakfast with 9 people. It was great. I think they came because we paid. And guess what? That same group of 9 people have been with us the entire time. So every year. I want you to know, one of those folks was Karen Greenwald, just got elected to the House. Just amazing. So thank you all for being. I want to stop before we get started. And there's 2 things I want to do. First thing I'm going to do, and this is the way we open up every meeting that we have, is we're going to open up in a short prayer. That's the way we're starting right now. So here we go. Heavenly Father, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for this just unbelievable group of people. Thank you for bringing us together and giving us a path to walk on and helping us walk on and help us continue to do so. But most importantly, Father, we're just saying thank you today. In your Son's name we pray. Amen. Amen. The second thing I want to do is I want to shout out for every single veteran or family of veterans here right now. I have to tell you, what a day to be here. I mean, literally... where's Senator Kagan? Senator D-Step is here somewhere. So you guys were great this morning. We had the parade was awesome. How much fun was that? But to get to walk in that parade and honor our veterans and our veterans' families. And this is not we celebrate and honor veterans today. We also want to celebrate and honor veterans' families. And I had a chance to just swing by the Faces of Courage. And if you haven't done that, it's on the side of the Hayes Furniture Store down on Denise Boulevard. Get out there. That thing is amazing. And what it reminds us all is that while we have just a tremendous spot in all our hearts for our veterans, we need to have the same spot for our veterans' families. There's just a real moment for us to remember all that. So God bless our veterans. Thank you. Bless you. There are so many people who I need to thank. And if I start down that road, I'm going to forget somebody. And because the list is so long. And so I've had the great privilege of being able to make thank you phone calls and write letters. But there's so many people here I want to thank. And so when I start, I'm going to forget somebody. But there's a couple folks I just have to call out. And if I don't mention you, it's not because you're not so important. But the first night we were here in Virginia Beach, we did our breakfast with 9 people, and Karen was there. And that evening we did a dinner, a very small dinner. And Ann Farrell Taylor was there at dinner with me. And I am just telling you. And one of the things we did at that dinner was we prayed together. And I just want to tell you how important that was to this entire campaign. And Karen and Ann Farrell and Glenn Davis and everybody else. But I will tell you, if I have to come carpool down here with Ann Farrell and Karen to go to work on that first day, I'm looking forward to it. So that's what we're going to go do. So excited that Tim Anderson won his seat. So hats off. And what happened across all of Hampton Roads was monumental. A lot of people said that this race was going to be won or lost in Northern Virginia. This race was won or lost in Hampton Roads. And you may not have studied all the numbers. I have. We together won 54% of the vote in Virginia Beach. It hasn't been done in 12 years. More votes than a long time, and we got 52% of the vote in Chesapeake, which was got more votes across Hampton Roads than we've got in a long, long time. And I got a big shout out for AC Cordoza, who's going to come join us. So what just happened across Hampton Roads was just a complete reflection of everybody coming together and doing the work. And when I begin to think through everyone, I mean, One of the first folks I went and sat down with was Sheriff Stalin. And he's just a hero. And he said, Glenn, I'm with you right from the beginning. And he was every moment along the way. And it's just so, I just feel so honored this morning to get to walk along the parade route and stop and thank Virginia Beach officers, both sheriffs and police department, for their great work they do. So a huge shout out to all of them. But when we think through all the folks that came together, I mean, I want to tell you a big shout out to the Hampton Roads Black Caucus for standing up for us. And just thank you. I had a great chance to talk to Ron Taylor the other day, and Ron Taylor just stood up with all of the entire group and they voted. They voted. This wasn't an individual decision. It said we are for jobs and free enterprise and strong schools and safe neighborhoods, and it was just such a moment. The Filipino community was amazing all through Virginia Beach. The very first time we had kind of a small meeting too, and everybody kind of came together. I want to thank all our veterans who turned out to vote. I mean, we just had a huge turnout from the entire veteran community. I want to thank parents. Parents matter, and parents stood up. And parents across all of Hampton Roads decided that this was a moment for parents. It just is. It's going to continue to be that way. So, folks, here we are. I mean, how about this? And one of the great things is that we have an amazing Lieutenant Governor in Winsome Sears who has roots right here. It's fun to watch. The other day I had to get a tour of the Capitol because I haven't been there very much, so I was getting a tour and I watched, and there was a bigger tour going on, and it was Winsome, and Winsome was taking the press in to see the Senate chamber where she will preside. And then I got a chance to see where our next Attorney General's office is going to be. And just think that Jason Miyares is coming from Virginia Beach. He's heading to Richmond. He is so strong in here. And I know if I could speak to his mother, she would be so, oh, here she is. She'd be so proud. Get up. I am incredibly honored to be able to go serve with Winsome and Jason. So as we head into this, we head in with a big head of steam because you all gave us a big head of steam to go to work with. And I know when I speak on behalf of everybody here, we're going to do a job. And you elected us to go work for you. And we're going to go to work for you. I have already had a chance to speak with or meet with many of the legislators from both sides of the aisle and talk about what we want to try to go get done together. And it's kind of fun to watch everybody jump in together. And yeah, there'll be some spots where we're going to have to go to work, aren't we, Senator? Yeah, a few spots, Senator. We're going to go to work. But I think the big picture, the big objectives of getting our taxes down, so that Virginia is more affordable. And at the end of the day, the idea that we're going to eliminate the grocery tax and we're going to double everybody's standard deduction. We're going to work for our veterans, and we're going to exclude up to $40,000 of our veterans' retirement from being taxed because we want to say thank you to our veterans. A big tax refund, the biggest we've ever seen, is due to Virginians. This is where we're going to work. And so we make sure that our schools stand for excellence again, and that we in fact raise expectations, and yes, fund in the resources, and yes, launch charter schools, and yes, get the curriculum focused on teaching our children how to think and not what to think. Parent moment. Across the entire Commonwealth, parents, all locked arms, parents from all walks of life, from all backgrounds, said, my kids matter. And we said, yes, they do. And you have a role and a say in their education. And we are going to make it happen. I will say, one of the things that we did, I announced my transition team last night. And I specifically have parents on our transition team. We're going to go to work to make sure that law enforcement knows we have their back. We are indeed going to fund in comprehensively for salaries and for training and for equipment. And I will tell you that that veto pen will stay ready if anybody sends anything to me that looks anything like it when I'm not going to touch it. There's so much work to do in our behavioral health system. So much work to do. We're going to go focus on making sure that we expand capacity and we increase the ability to treat Virginians that are in need, as opposed to have them be part of our criminal justice system rather than our behavioral health system. We can do this. And oh, by the way, we're going to work on the parole board on day one. Kind of fun. That one, the governor can do by himself. And then finally, and I've had so many great meetings already about getting this great Virginia economy moving, and the ability for us to stand up and say Virginia is open for business on day one. And to recognize that, again, what a governor can do is protect our right to work so that we, in fact, have everyone involved in the workforce the way they want to be. But let me tell you, Hampton Roads and Virginia Beach and Chesapeake and every place else particularly, you are going to be the growth engine for this Commonwealth. The opportunities that are here are mighty. The resources that are here with a great workforce and with our ports and with your location in the middle of the Mid-Atlantic, but oh, by the way, a great place to ship things to and receive things from, and manufacturing. This is going to be an amazing engine of growth for the Commonwealth and the country, and this is going to be fun, because I think there's a chance to unlock it like never before. And when I say there's going to be 400,000 new jobs in the Commonwealth over the next 4 years, get ready, because a lot of them are going to be right here. Right here. So here we go. This is why this is so much fun. Because we stand here together, truly united as Virginians. And one of the things that was sweeping over this entire Commonwealth was a refreshing of the spirit of Virginia. The spirit of Virginia that, yes, is rested in our history, of the shoulders of giants that we stand on in Washington and Jefferson and Madison and Monroe and Patrick Henry. And that spirit is present, but it's also the spirit of the future, of ambitious Virginians with dreams that we're going to unlock. And when those two spirits come together, we can strengthen Virginia like you have never seen. And this is why, that very first day, and I'll just tell a quick story, we had our first day in the transition offices, and I was kind of catching my breath, and the next morning I was up and I was looking in the mirror shaving, and I said, Virginians just hired you to go be your governor. And I had to go catch myself for a minute. And I can't tell you how much I just want to say thank you. Thank you for trusting us. Thank you for putting Suzanne and me in this honored position. This honored position where we, in fact, get to work on your behalf every day to unleash and unlock and unbridle this spirit of Virginia that is so ready to just run. And all it needs was Virginians to come together and let it loose. And that's what we're going to do. Finally, we got to say thank you to all the folks at Froggies. Because they let us come here early on in the convention, and I can tell you, it was packed. It was packed. And so many of you enabled this entire race. From coming together from a first breakfast to being at Froggies to standing up and handing out sample ballots to knocking doors. literally to being part of this campaign and part of this movement that it required. I found myself very much saying down the stretch that this democracy is not a spectator sport. It is not. It's a full-on, full-contact sport. And it just is, and it requires everybody to get in the arena together. And we just stopped at Wawa for a minute to pick up something to drink. And I'm in Wawa, and I'm sitting there talking to two young guys, and they walk up to me and they say, "Mr. Youngkin, we knocked 20,000 doors for you." They knew it right away. 10 were in Chesapeake, and 10,000 were in Chesapeake, and 10,000 were in Virginia Beach. And they were just in Wawa getting a Coke. I mean, this is what they were doing. And so this entire movement was completely fueled by all of your energy. It was fueled by your desire to see Virginia be what we know she can be and will be. It was fueled by all of your recognition that it can be so much better. It was fueled by the fact that when we come together as Virginians, nothing can stand in our way. Nothing. And that's why I know, on any ballot, no matter who is running, when Virginia is on one side and something else is on the other, Virginia wins every single time. Every time. So I asked a lot out of everybody during the campaign, and you all just delivered 2 and 3-fold. So as we head into this next stage, please keep us on your prayer list. This is it. We've got to get moving. We've got now 9 weeks until the inauguration, which is on January 15th, in case anybody's going to be in Richmond. And that'll be a lot of fun. So please come. But when we get to January 15th, listen, Glenn Davis and the senators and Karen and everybody will already be at work. They'll already be going. And we land a few days in on January 15th and then get to go to work with them. But keep us all in your prayers, all of us, because we have so much work we want to get done. And it's going to require us to get a lot of help, and help from the Lord is a great place to get it from, because we know with Him all things are possible. Finally, get used to seeing us. Because I am so happy to be home. And I look forward to spending a lot of time here when I am indeed serving all of you as the 74th governor of this Commonwealth. One last thing, because this is how this started, and this is how this will end. I know you all may know this, but let me emphasize. You, in fact, got a twofer in this deal. You got a twofer. Because not only did you hire a governor that's going to leave it on the field every single day for you, but you hired a first lady who is going to she's already wowed me. I mean, the biggest challenge I have is she's more popular than I am, and I'll take that every day of the week. But we continue, and Suzanne, you said this yesterday in something, we continue to be so thankful for taking good care of us, for nurturing us, for supporting us, for having our back. And I want you to know we together will have yours. Bless you all for being here. Thank you very much. God bless the Commonwealth.